This is the Porch Sports Podcast TV show.
Let's go.
Let's get it, man. I told y'all we was going to do it, man. So, this is your boy Fonz in the flesh.
Yeah, right. And Quan in the flesh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this thing, man. Kwame Brown. Yo, Kwame Brown versus everybody. Dude is like getting everybody for like 20 years worth of trash talk, man. Namely, Stephen A. Smith. As always, right? Now, granted, Stephen A. Smith always like dogged this dude. Always, man. So the past couple of weeks, bruh just been ethering everybody. If I could borrow a phrase from the early 2000s, like he might as well put on the ether track and go in. Like, man.
Yeah, man. He's saying some crazy things, man.
Yeah, he getting it in, man. Some stuff I can't say because I got family that's listening to this podcast and I don't want them to be disappointed in me. Right. But it's a lot going on there, man. Like, for instance, like the main thing is how they saying Stephen A. Smith is quote unquote cooning for the network. Mm-hmm. Which I'm like, okay, that's kind of deep. But then if you do your homework, you'll understand what he's talking about. And that's why I'm going to leave it at.
So where do you believe all this stuff is coming from?
This has been coming from the past 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, Stephen A. Smith is not the only one that's really, going at him. Like Matt Barnes went at him. Gilbert Arenas went at him. I mean, some of everybody. But Stephen A. Smith being that he's like on the forefront.
Okay. Yeah, he's always on TV. He got like 3 TV shows.
Exactly. So last night, Stephen A. kind of responded to what was going on beforehand.
Right.
And he put up some clips of basically all Kwame's bad plays. And don't get me wrong, Kwame was a number 1 overall draft pick by the Washington Wizards back in 2000, if I'm being real. And he played for a few teams. I mean, dude had a 12-year NBA career. I'm not saying he was a key contributor. Right. But he was a contributor nonetheless. I think he was with the Wizards, the Pistons, the Lakers, and someone else. I didn't do all my research on it. I just wanted to get to the hot part about it.
Right.
And he even going at Charlemagne the God. I'm like, dang. Dude, I mean, I just looked at a video maybe about 10 minutes ago before we started the show. And he had an interview today with Judge Joe Brown. Mm-hmm. And Judge Joe Brown, if everybody know who he is, he drops that knowledge.
Yes, he does.
He drops that knowledge. So I'm interested to see, how that interview went down. I'm going to try to watch it in its entirety. It's like 2 hours long.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to watch that, and hopefully next show we can recap what was going on.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, so we're back for volume 2 of the Way Too Early Predictions.
Yes, sir.
2021 edition of the NFL. Now, let's talk about the NFL for a second. You got your Steelers jersey on.
Yeah, man, of course.
So, I had to get that Ray Lou. I had to put on that Ray Lou for a minute,
Yeah, man.
It's all good.
I got the AB on,
Yeah, it's all good. Both players don't play for the team no more. One retired and one has some razzle dazzle. So we're gonna go right into that though. So last time we was on, we talked about the AFC North and how that's gonna go down. Right. This time we're talking about the NFC North.
Okay.
The NFC North that consists of Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota, and Detroit. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the significance of the NFC North. They play the AFC North this year.
Right.
And the NFC West. Oh, my.
Two tough divisions.
Too tough. I'm going to start at Green Bay since they won that division.
Okay.
They made it to the NFC Championship game.
All right.
They
got robbed. But
a little sprinkling went on right there, but we ain't going to talk about that. We ain't going to talk about that. They went 13-3 last year. Mm-hmm. Now, being that we have an extra game this year, I have them going 13-4.
That's with Aaron Rodgers, correct?
With Aaron Rodgers. Now, if he leave, which I'm not betting on because they, Come on.
I don't know. The man they showed the OTA, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like a Le'Veon Bell situation. It's not like he's not getting paid.
Yeah, he
He's
getting
not
money
being treated the way he wanted to be treated.
because
And that
they
on
never
that
put the
team.
pieces around this cat though. Like,
So if he decided to sit out for the season,
mm-hmm.
Green Bay is definitely gonna feel that. But with Aaron Rodgers, they definitely will. I ain't gonna tell my predictions right quite yet, but they easily win over 10 games with Aaron Rodgers.
Most definitely.
You know, he's like the scripture Philippians 4:13. You know, with Aaron Rodgers, you can do all things. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, he's something special to that.
Come on,
team.
Reverend. Come on, Reverend.
Without Aaron Rodgers, they ain't nothing. So
Nah, we done seen it before when he got hurt a few years ago.
You're right.
They started off strong, but then they got beat down.
Yeah, they get beat down every time. So
every time. But I got them winning 13 games again. Challenging for the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Okay.
Like I said, that's with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's going to play motivated.
So because they get out of there.
Yeah, because they drafted a quarterback.
Right.
They drafted basically what they're viewing. I'm not saying that's what he is, but they viewing him as the heir apparent.
Well, to me personally, I don't care what quarterback you draft. You would never, ever find another Aaron Rodgers. They can draft all day, but those type of players, you know, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, those type of caliber quarterbacks, man, once in a lifetime. Mm-hmm. You know, it takes many, 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 many moons.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get a quarterback like that. So even with the quarterback that they took in the draft, it's nowhere close to Aaron Rodgers. I believe it wasn't what they needed, of course, but being that he wants out, maybe he might play. Maybe he'll coach the rookie up and he'll take over.
He ain't doing that.
I don't.
You gotta understand.
I don't know.
You gotta understand something about this whole Aaron Rodgers thing. This is the same thing that happened with Brett Favre. Where he wanted to retire, but he didn't. He wanted to retire, but he didn't. Then he went to the Jets, then went to the Vikings to beat up on the Packers twice a year.
Well, see, the situation though is still, it's still different just for the simple fact, Aaron Rodgers, if they just build around him and treat him right, let the man do what he gonna do and let him have a voice in the locker room, he'll be fine. So if he does go somewhere else, which I don't see him going anywhere else at this moment, being that everybody is pretty much like locked in on who they got at that number 1 position, which is a quarterback. Right. So I think he will stay. At worst, he might. I really see him sitting out. He didn't show up to the voluntary workout.
Yeah, he was in Hawaii.
He was in Hawaii with his family, chilling, still smiling. So I don't know what to expect, but definitely I agree with you with your like I said, I ain't gonna share my predictions right now, but I know they win over 10 games with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Yep. Next up is Chicago, the Bears. They went 8-8 last year. But check this out. There is no more 500 seasons. No more. But I have Chicago winning 10 games on the strength of their defense.
Ew.
It's been done.
It has, but
I got them winning 10. I got them winning 10 because I just see them winning 10. I don't know why. It's like the Bears, I guess because I know sort of like the past 35, 36-year history of the Bears and how they do on defense. I really think that their defense is going to take a little step forward. It's going to get them 2 more wins.
Okay.
But they're losing. But think about it, they're losing 7.
Right.
If they go on 10 wins. So that doesn't even guarantee you a playoff spot. That just say you won double-digit wins.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. But I'm not too big on the Bears. Their defense is great. Don't get me wrong. They monsters, you know what I'm saying? But what they have on the offensive side of the ball, for the last few years with Mitch Trubisky, I mean, he has somewhat of a decent arm, but Cohen, I mean, I'm really not too big on the running back situation. I feel like they don't have enough pieces to maintain. If you're gonna have a good defense, you can at least be able to run the ball. They
Yeah,
can't do that right now. So,
that's true. That's true.
I don't. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it took me like a half hour to get that. I kind of gave them 10 wins based off their defense and for general purposes, because the Bears, we could say they're gonna be trash one year, and
they turn up,
and then they win the NFC North. Like,
but see, the thing about the Bears though, they start late.
they do.
They catch fire late, but they become scary late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to play the Bears, within those last 6-7 weeks of football, because their defense is better. And that's with every team. But when you have like a scary defense, Super Bowl caliber defense like the Bears have, they can get scary
quickly.
So 10 wins, yeah. Possibly
at minimum 9, maybe 8. But I'm gonna stick firm with my 10-7. I just got this sneaky suspicion about the Bears, though.
Okay.
Up next is the Minnesota Vikings, and I said that on purpose like that. They went 7-9 last year, so there was a game below 500. I have them going 8-9 this year.
Okay.
Just because they Minnesota, and then who they're playing. I'm not a believer in their offense, nor am I a believer in their defense, but I do feel like they're solid enough to win 8 games.
Well, you know what? I will say this. I feel more confident with the Vikings than I do with the Bears. And it's just because of this simple fact. The Vikings have more chemistry on the offensive ball. They may not have the defense that the Bears have, but with Kirk Cousins, with Adam Thielen, with Dalvin Cook, those guys are all returning. They are superstars. I put them in maybe top 10 in both positions at running back and at wide out. Kirk Cousins, he's okay. I'm not for sure with Kirk Cousins. I mean, I don't see them going to the playoffs.
Nah.
I don't see them going to the playoffs. And if they do, they will lose early.
Oh yeah.
Just for the simple fact, like, they still have a lot of things to work on. But I feel like, okay, put it like this. You take the Minnesota Vikings offense and put it on that Bears team with that and keep the Bears offense. They are a problem.
Oh, they're a contender. They're a contender, no doubt.
Yeah, because you add a good running back. Dalvin Cook is, he's elusive. He's pretty slippery. He's like, he's a big back, and he has downhill speed, and at least you have at least one superstar receiver on the outside, what I'm saying, in Adam, so I'm a little bit more confident in, I don't know, with me, I always been like an offense type of guy.
Right.
So I see offense.
I could tell by what you're wearing.
Hey, this man right here made the difference. Hey,
couldn't win not one Super Bowl with this dude,
but he made the difference.
He made that difference. He made that difference.
And I don't know, like you said, that might come from me just being a Steelers fan, because we always had the wide receivers around, the good running back. So maybe
y'all was a balanced team though. Y'all was balanced because y'all had
was balanced.
Good offense and of the world defense. Oh no, y'all like.
But yeah, I mean, I'm an offensive type of guy. I understand defense win championships, but if you have a good defense and lacking the offensive game, that can kind of put a burden on the defense, because now your defense has to play more snaps, and your defense can't get a pick six every single possession. You know what I'm saying?
It's impossible. But I mean, like I said, it's way too early, because June 1, that's when everybody start adding more pieces or letting other pieces go. All right. Next up, bringing up the rear, is the Detroit Lions. They went 5-11.
They the babies.
I got them going 6-11.
Okay.
I got them improving by one game.
The game. Okay.
Because
that's nice.
That whole trade, the Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford trade, like,
and not only that, the Kenny Galladay trade.
Yeah,
new
they lost
staff.
too much.
They got a new staff coming in. They got a lot of new things coming into Detroit.
Yeah,
So
they lost too much. They lost
it's
way
gonna
too much.
it's definitely going to take them a while to get over 8 wins.
Yeah,
I mean, I really don't see. But now I'm gonna go ahead, man. If you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and share mine
help yourself.
prediction. So
Help yourself.
let me see here. So I got a little PowerPoint up here. So let me move this over. Got a little PowerPoint here. And
Oh, you
of course
fancy?
of course we talking about the NFC North. So Green Bay, okay. Like you said, they won the division last year. So they went 13-3. I got them going 12-5 with Aaron Rodgers. I feel like I feel like they will lose one game down in the stretch. It's going to be one game they're going to lose down in the stretch. So 12-5, you got them going 13-4. So that's just a game difference. Here's where it gets interesting.
I've been waiting on this one. I'll wait on this one.
So I got them going 8-9. 8-9.
2 games.
2 games. I got them going 8-9. And that's just because going back to what I had said, that they don't have enough offense for me. Their defense can definitely win them 8 games, but they're gonna struggle. They, like I said, man, they play against two of the toughest divisions this year. Especially when it comes down to that NFC West. AFC North is good always, but NFC West, they kind of getting balanced out with offense and defense.
True.
And you can't be one-sided, So 8-9 for the Bears. The Vikings got them going 9-8. 9-8. I'm more, like I said, I mentioned that earlier. I'm a little bit more confident. I'm a game more confident in the Vikings than I am in the Bears.
Just one game.
Just one game. Just one game.
Oh boy.
And last but not least, the Lions. I got them going 5-11. You got them going 6-10. I don't really see them getting 6 wins. So this is how it's gonna play out. Now that Vikings and Bears, that's where the battle is gonna become. I really think it's gonna come down to whoever has the best divisional record between those two. Right. Because honestly, they are equal, but not equal in a way. Like you said, the Bears got their defense. They catch fire early. The Vikings, they kind of almost the same way. You know what I'm saying? They catch fire a little late too. And start off, I got them going, man. I don't know. But that Vikings and Bears situation, man, that's a tough one. But I definitely got the Vikings they got a game on them. They definitely got a game on them.
I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. The presentation was everything. But I will have to flip the Bears and the Vikings for the simple fact of their defense. Their defense is nice. Don't
sleep on the Vikings defense now.
I'm not sleeping. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sleeping on them. But that Bears defense, though, with Khalil Mack and those boys out there.
Yeah, they way more elite. I can understand
they are a step above the Vikings. That's why I had to give the Bears the second in that division. I feel like the Packers is going to lose at least one game to somebody in their division, somebody we're not going to think. And the only team that historically gave them fits was Detroit.
Bears. And the Bears, too, sometimes.
Yeah, the Bears, too, but Detroit more than the Bears. I've seen Detroit go in the Lambeau and beat them. Yeah,
they can do it. They can do it, but not this year. I don't see them doing it. With Aaron Rodgers.
Look, America, we got to really stress the fact that it's with A-Rod.
Yep.
That bad man that he is. Yep. But let's dig a little deeper into the Aaron Rodgers saga for a second, though. I think you said a few minutes ago that a lot of people have their quarterback set. There are still some teams that would love to get an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Denver's that team.
Ooh.
Denver's that team. Denver really improved during his draft. I mean, that's for lack of better terms. But I don't see Rodgers going nowhere. Not this year. Especially they were so close to reaching the Super Bowl. You know, of course they had some pixie dust put on them.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But
and it had to be from the finest of Brady, but
of
no,
course,
nevertheless, it
ain't
is
no
what it is.
like I, like I
It's
said
no
last
way.
episode. I'm not no conspiracy theorist or nothing like that. But
When
come
it comes down to
on,
Tom Brady, I am, and that's for the simple fact it's no way they could have allowed Tom Brady to lose in that game, knowing that the Super Bowl was hosted in Tampa.
exactly. I mean, but think about it though. Think about it. In the past 10 years, we've seen some hocus pocus come out the NFL.
But I feel like that Super Bowl would have been so much better if
It would have been closer.
Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? See, Tom Brady ain't really got the arm and accuracy as Patrick Mahomes does.
No.
See, what helped him, what really helped them win that Super Bowl was that defense. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
But
I did.
But they won't trying to go toe to toe with Donald and Patrick Mahomes, man.
No.
There's no way. And the only person that possibly could have did that was Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Because this man, Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't have any other superstar rather than Devontae Adams. Every other wide receiver is a rookie, and he makes rookies look good.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers ain't really had a number one.
No, he hasn't.
Forever.
Now, I will say, when he had Jordy Nelson,
mm-hmm.
they was a problem.
Because they had that chemistry, but if you took Jordy Nelson, put him on another team, it won't the same.
No, it was never.
They had that chemistry.
Yeah,
but
most definitely.
That's a good prediction, though. That's some good predictions, though. I mean, we was close. We was close.
Yeah, we was close, man. But the number 2 and number 3 would definitely be something to see.
Yeah,
that's
gonna make for an interesting battle right there.
Oh yeah, most definitely, because like I said, it's either going to boil down to who has the better division. I really think it's going to come down to who has the better divisional record between the Vikings and the Bears, and how everything is playing out. I don't know. It just depends on what team we talking about between the two teams. You know what I'm saying? If we talking about the Bears defense being on fire and the Bears develop a run game and it might, you know what I'm saying?
They might click.
It might do something. They might pull for second.
But I honestly think the Bears are closer than the Vikings because the Vikings had that same squad, the Dalvin Cooks and all of them cats, and they had a losing record. They went 7-9.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So I really think the Bears are a little closer.
But what's really interesting is being that we have a 17 game season. It's interesting to see what team, what kind of records is going to make it into the playoffs.
Right.
Because now like 10 games really hardly even matters.
Like you got to win 11 or better now. Like
so, with these predictions, we looking at the Packers only being the only team making out the NFC North, really, with Aaron Rodgers, but without Aaron Rodgers, they still might be able to pull a 7-game winning record. They might, just because they still have an elite receiver. Their defense can click when they want to. You know what I'm saying? It's just when they get down to the offensive line, it's not going to be the same regardless because you lose a Hall of Fame quarterback. Right. But they might be able to do better than what we have the Lions being. So, it'll be maybe the Vikings going first, the Bears, and then the Packers. But, and then, like I said, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one, especially with
must-see TV.
Yeah, must-see TV because...
Especially if it falls the way that we're thinking.
Yeah.
That's going to be good TV.
Yeah, it's going to be good TV. But, yeah, man, those are my predictions. I'm going to stop the share up here. But, yeah, man, so those are my NFC North predictions. I feel like the next podcast, I think we probably go East. I
Yeah,
think we're gonna do AFC East.
AFC East. That's what I was thinking.
Um,
And then
so
we're gonna follow that with NFC East. That's the one I'm
uh,
waiting on.
yeah, I
That's the one
really
I'm
like
waiting
that
on.
one. I can't wait to do those.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this has been a good experience right here, though, man. This is like our
Yeah, man.
first venture out into TV land, basically.
Right.
But yeah, so with that in mind, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. Until the next time, this is Fonz,
And Quan.
and this has been the Back Porch Sports Podcast.
All right.